Hello and welcome back to the truly Bedrock server with me, Groover. Now today I've got one particular task I want to do, and that is really to do with my Nether tunnel. Coming up from the main tunnel, there's quite a lot of stuff going on in the background there. Jesse's busy. It gets bigger every time I look. So anyway, my thing that I'm doing today is working on the Nether tunnel. So let's have a look at what we've got going on already. Right, so what I've done is I've cleared out a little bit of space here already, which is kind of just going to denote the sort of size that I'm going for. I think I'd like it to be a little bit higher, but you know, we'll see how we go. So basically the first job of the day is going to be clearing out all of this. So I'm going to have to pick up a few of my picks, and maybe if we get a little bit of time, I'll sort out this tunnel a little bit as well. Get a little bit more going on down here. So I've got a lot of netherrack clearing to be getting on with. Right, and just before we do that, I've got a little thing. I'm going to have a little meet-up with Lyarrah. Now, Lyarrah has told me that she has quite a lot of lava, and I need a lot of lava, and she's willing to give it away free of charge as long as I give her a shulker back. So I've got a shulker for her. But little does she know, I'm going to try and get rid of some of these dangerous beacons I've got rather a lot of right now. I've been talking to some of the guys on the server, and they're pretty certain that beacons will have a long-term negative effect on people. So, you know, they basically told me that it makes your fingers fall off and your toes, and it's already started. You can see it. Look at this hand. It is not in a good state. Already, I mean, I've got shoes on, I can't see, but I've lost my fingers on both hands, so I need to get rid of these things fast. So I'm going to pop over to Lyarrah, and we're going to drop off some of these. Now, this is it. No dangerous beacons, honest, because, you know, when you pick it up, if it didn't say that, they might think that there's some bad things in there, and they'd check it. But if I write that on the outside, they'll know. And that's the other thing as well. I've sort of stacked in 5 pieces of netherrack so that the 6th item won't be listed, so she won't have a clue that actually I've snuck her some beacons. So, see that? You'd never know. You'd never know to check or guess or anything. So let's go over and have a little meet up with her now, and hopefully the switch, like that, will go off without a hitch. I've got an escape plan in case it starts going south. Okay, Lyarrah's on. She's sleeping. I'll sort this out now. Okay, let's go. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, glad to see you made it.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. Just, you know, going through about 40 of these.
Wow. I can imagine you're clearing a lot of lava out there, and I understand you've got some lava that you're willing to give me? As long as I give you the shulkers back?
I would prefer the shulkers back, yes. No rush on it.
I've got them here.
Awesome. Yeah. Now I figured, okay, well, it's orange, and also he's got a fuel shop now, so maybe he can sell it.
Yeah, could be a thing.
If you want to set up that, let me know. I can be a supplier. We can do, but yeah. Oh,
amazing. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go. That's the exchange done. And thank you very much for that. And I shall see you later. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay, so I've cleared out this area, as I said I was going to. But I also did a little bit of extra work. So I've added the Nelium. I'm going to call it Nelium. I don't know what everyone's calling it. I'm calling it Nelium because it came from Sweden. And the NY sound in Sweden would be ny. Like new something. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that this is what we've done. We've got the tunnel all opened up, and as you can see, I've laid out some of the Nelium, which is going to kind of form parts of this tunnel. I haven't put it in all of the places where I actually want it at the moment. I kind of just put some out so that I definitely had a selection of it. Now, the next thing that I want to do is I want to start building up these sides so it's a little bit organic in shape and style. And then I can go ahead and bone meal all of this crimson Nelium on one side and all of this warp Nelium on the other, and maybe have it crossing over and back and forth. I also wanted to add some of the other biomes into this area as well, so it's going to have all of the different biomes represented down here. I think the majority is going to be the Nelium though, because I really like this colour. I really like it. I could have it all the way down this tunnel, but gotta be reasonable, gotta do something. Or do I have to be reasonable? There's a question. Do I have to be reasonable? I could just do what I want. I could do what I want rather than what I think's right. No, I can't. Let's do the Nelium and stick to the plan. And yeah, I'm going to go down here next and start laying out some of the netherrack so it gives it a little bit more of a natural feel. And then we'll go along and start bone mealing some stuff up. So, I'll be back in a moment or three. Right, this is what I've got so far. So, what have I done? I feel like I've kind of made a bit of a mess. I've piled up some netherrack down the sides here in what I hoped would be something that looked vaguely naturalistic. But at the moment I'm not really feeling it. So I think the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the roof. So I need to put a nice little arch kind of thing on the roof. Or maybe I just have it steep up, a bit more gothic kind of style, like a gothic arch, a bit more like what we've got in the main tunnel. I don't know, I think I might just play with some shapes and see how that comes together. And once I've done that, I'm going to clear out these, well, these are going to go anyway because I'm going to be clearing loads of stuff. But I'm going to clear out all of the random bits of stuff that's up there. So, yeah, I suppose the next thing that comes after that, I'm going to try and put in place some plantage. I'm just wondering, do I go for... I think I go for a very shallow arch on this. Yeah, that's what I'll do, a very shallow arch. Because I'm a little bit worried about hitting lava, and I don't want to hit lava right now. Just want to keep it simple. Okay, so that's what I'm going to go away and do, and we'll be back in a moment. Right, and we're back. Now, I've done a little bit of work here again, so I've cleared a little bit more of the roof. Now, I had a little think whilst I was clearing all this, you know, I had a good think. I should say hello to Zap, actually. Zap's just... Hello, Zap. I was having a little think about what to do up here, and I actually think, with my plans down these sides, it kind of doesn't matter. I'm just going to leave it as it is, and see what it looks like at the end, because I think all the gaps should be filled in. Now, as you can see down here, I've created this 2 deep hole. This is going to be the main walkway. Now, I need to come up with a pattern that's going to go down in the bottom there, and then I need to put glass over the top of it, basically, is the long and short of that. So, I think because I've got the kind of the blue and the red going on either side of me, I'm feeling like maybe I should be using some of this stuff and some of this stuff. And maybe some of this stuff, we'll get rid of that, and maybe some of this stuff as well. So these might be like my 4 main accent colours. Now, it's sort of a question about what to do, because this is 5 wide. I could go very regular, and that wouldn't be very interesting, but I think what would be a really nice idea actually is it's going to be 5 wide, but the actual walkway only really needs to be 3. I mean, look at that guy, look at him spawning in there with impunity. Go away. Despawn, thank you. So maybe a little run of this down each side and just make it into a 3x3 pattern in the middle, which uses the Nelium stalks, stems, Nelium things. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do first. Let's have a go with that and see what it looks like. Right, I feel like these are my choices that I've got to go down the middle. Now, I'm going to get rid of these straight away because the moving texture is just a bit too distracting for me. It's not horribly distracting, it's just a bit too distracting. So then we're left with this. Now, these could be some nice accent pieces. And then if we use some of this around the sort of main areas, let's just clear a little bit of inventory. Oh, it turns out I can't. We're going to have to dump some stuff somewhere. Do I have a spare chest? Right, so I've got my selection right there. Let's give this a little try with a couple of things. I don't know what I want to achieve, but I don't know if it's going to be achievable. So if I just come along like that, and then maybe, yeah, okay. Okay, that, and then that. That doesn't work. No. I'm trying to get my head around it because I think what I'm really trying to get here is a nice simple repeating pattern. Something like that. That's a little bit swirly. And then this one can go up like this. And do the swirly roundy thing in this direction. Does that work? Yeah, it kind of does, if I can get my brain straight about it. Like that. And then this one starts again from here. And does this. Like that. Right, I think I'm getting the flow of this now. And let's see what people think. So this is kind of what I'm suggesting. Now all of this is going to go underneath glass. I actually don't mind that. It doesn't... It kind of shortens the tunnel rather than lengthens it, doesn't it? And maybe these are a little bit too distracting, so maybe these come out. Let's try that. It looks a lot more plain, but I think that's okay. Okay, let's come up in this direction and look that way. Kind of prefer that. I do kind of prefer that. So, that's what we're going to do. Now, I need to fit some lighting in here as well, so I think what I'll probably end up doing is something like this. If I just do that, then put some lighting in underneath and then place in some slabs on top as a final thing, then I think we've got it. I think we've nailed it. Okay, I'll go ahead and do this now, because I think it's quite an easy pattern to do now. I actually put some of the blue lights, the soul lights underneath there, just to see what they did, and just out of interest, because I was getting quite a lot of the piglins or sort of spawning in. And I think I just saw one spawn in and it just kind of ran away and then despawned. So that's kind of cool. That kind of works. Anyway, the next stage is kind of an easy stage. I say it's kind of easy. It requires a little bit of patience. So I think what I need to do is I just need to show you what I'm going to be doing next, and then I'll go away and do it, because I think this is what is going to bring this entire thing together as like a final kind of build and looking good and well lit and all those things. So I'm going to just run along like this, and when I get something like that, I am going to bone meal it. Oh, come on. Don't film me now. Don't film me now. This is live. People are watching. Don't embarrass me. Oh, heck. Okay, we'll deal with that one later. I probably have too much around it, but basically what I want to do is have these shrooms growing all over the place. Yeah, are you going to grow? I don't think you're going to grow. Is it because you're on the red stuff? Could be because you're on the red stuff. I don't know. But basically, I just want to bone meal all of this up so it sort of has a naturalistic sort of feel. And then when I get the relevant mushrooms, if I feel like it's a good one to grow, I'm just going to grow it. And then all that I want to do is I want to make sure that I've got a sort of a 3x3 area here. Really? Really? Seriously? Do you not like the glass? Go away. Are you going to kill me on camera? Yeah, well, didn't think so. You made a mess. You have made a mess of my area. I think I'll bone meal that one up if I can. Yeah, okay. So that kind of thing. I don't like the way it always grows into roof like that, but that's kind of curious. So that's what we're doing. And I'm going to go along and do that all the way along here. And I'm hoping that it's going to look awesome. But we shall see. We'll see what you think. And I'm hoping that actually the way that it's going to grow might just knock out enough of the spawning spaces and add enough light to basically stop most things from growing. I say most, I'm not expecting all. Now I'm keeping these in until I've grown something here, because the ghasts love it here. They're just like, pop, and then they're going to blast me as I'm down the tunnel. So I'm going to deal with that one once I'm ready. Let's put it like that. So, that's me for the next little while. I'll be back in a moment. Right, so that is stage 1 complete. Now on to stage 2, which I'm hoping is going to be the stage that's just going to make it all look amazing. Let's get some of these shroomy things growing. Now, I think that they're not going to grow, so I'm going to probably steal a few from this side and move them over to the other side where I feel like I've got gaps. Yeah, that was a big one. That was a big one. And it didn't take much. Oh, I wasn't expecting that either. Okay, this is what we're doing. We're going to do it, and it's going to be awesome. So weird. That is so weird. Why? What? I mean, how does that make sense? It grew a stump and some leaves, and the rest of it didn't grow because there was already something there. Wow, this is a very interesting growth pattern. Oh, no, really? Do I have to? Do I have to? Can we just, like, not do this right now? Oh, you blighters. They're all after me. They're all after me. In for me. In for me. They've all got it in for me. Go away. Especially you. Right, you. We'll deal with you. Oh, man. I was not expecting that. Right, let's hope that I can get all this done before they kill me. Right, so I think that is kind of it brought together. I'm feeling like the roof is lacking now. But, what to do about it? That's the real question. Yeah, I mean, these have got such strange growth patterns. They just grow into solid blocks and, you know, delete what they can't grow into. So you just got, like, standard formations almost. But I'm feeling, I don't know, I quite like it. I'm not sure if I'm really sold on it yet. Maybe you guys should let me know what you think down in the comments. What will the roof need to make it into, make it something? Do I have no space in my inventory? Seriously? You kidding me? Right. I think actually knocking these out a little bit and sort of shaping them up is quite a nice thing. Wow. I mean, that is an odd growth. Let's just put some of that back in. Yeah, I kind of decided just to bone meal every single one of them up and see what it looks like. I'm half hoping to get sort of just a roof up there. Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm going to walk away from this for a little bit. And I'm going to go do the portal at the end, because the portal needs some love. Because this just won't do anymore. I mean, it's a tiny little weird portal at the end. I want it to sort of fill this entire frame fully. And then, yeah. And then I think we can have a look at this and see what we think. I'm kind of liking it from this angle. It just, I don't know, it's lacking a little bit of something. It's lacking immersion up there, I think. Anyway, let's go do that and I'll be back in a bit. Right, so I've come to the conclusion that I don't like the ceiling. So basically, what I might do is see if I've got enough of the Neelium blocks to just sort of cover it over. And it doesn't need too much, it just needs to be a light covering that kind of merges with whatever's going on here. In terms of the gaps going against the wall here, I don't know, I don't want to go too far, but let's see. Does this add enough to make it look a little bit misty and far away? I think it kind of does. So where there's gaps, maybe I just sort of fill it in like this. I don't know. Not like that. Not like that. That's not the way to do it. Like that. It just sort of takes the edge off the wall just enough and gives it a little bit more distance. Yeah, I think that'll work. So basically, I need to cover most of this wall in grey glass, which means I need to get a lot of ink sacks. A whole lot of ink sacks. But I think first what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off and get the roof done, because I think that's important. I think that is more important right now than that. And if I do decide to grow any more of this stuff and it grows into the glass, it will delete it. So I don't want to do that. I do not want to do that. Right, I'll be back in a moment. Right, so I think I'm happy with the tunnel. So we're just going to walk away for a few seconds and, you know, you look at something else for a little bit and then you go back and have a look at it and see what you think. So I'm having a look at Lyarrah's amazing tunnel. It's looking so good. I don't know if mine is going to be up to standard, but I'm going to do it anyway. So let's have a look at what it looked like. From out here it looks a little bit square. But from in here it isn't too bad. I quite like it. Yeah, I like this. I think this is okay. What I might do is put a few more shrooms down and grow them up. Or the fungus, I should say. Not shrooms, fungus. And grow them up and see if they kind of break this straight line a little bit more. Because I think that's what it's lacking. I also added a load of glass at the back here. And I didn't go for the grey. I went for a colour relevant to the area. So the crimson's got red. And over here we've got the cyan, which kind of mixes quite well, I think. I think it fits. And then we've got the grey on the floor. I think that's looking alright. I think a few more fungus would make a big difference. Just something to break up the lines, because this is kind of flat down this side. And actually, I don't mind if it's only a 3x3 walkway, as long as it works. But anyway, that is it. That is what we're going to do for the day, and that is us done. So anyway guys, that is all that I've got time for today, and I think that this is looking good. I think I need to do a little bit more work just to sort of soften it off a little bit, but that's going to be the real tweaky little stuff. And like I said, I don't mind if I've just got a little 3x3 walkway down the middle there, and that's it, because the rest is good. Fine. So anyway, I'm happy with that, and I hope that you like it as well. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this. And of course, if you enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like, and if you want to see some more, drop me a subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye! Boom.